This lesson is going to look at the process of making a solo bass arrangement. The first thing we're going to do is take a melody, and this is going to be a simple melody. So because the bass in itself is not designed as such to have really complicated melodies, but while being able to harmonise and put bass notes on. So we're going to take an existing melody that's very simple. Twinkle Little Star. So there's our melody. Very simple, very diatonic. So first process is decide upon the harmony. If you've had a listen to Twinkle Little Star, you know it's got very simple harmony because it's an C for a chord, for a bar. Second bar will have two chords in, an F and then a C. Bar 3, an F and a C. And then bar 4, G7, and then a C. So if we're going to put some harmony onto this melody, got a few things to think about. One of them, of course, is where I've played the melody, whilst in the main register of the bass. It's going to be restricted. It's going to be restrictive for how you can put some harmony down, because you're already in that register. So a process to do would be to lift the melody up into an area of your bass that will enable you to then have notes going on below to harmonise it. So the first thing you can do there is to play the melody an octave higher. So once you've done this, you've now got some bass left underneath, so you can put some chords. The next example given shows you with some block chords, the melody with some block chords underneath. So we're going to make these notes C using a standard chord. The next chord is still a C, and the melody's moved to a G above. And it moves to an F. The melody note is an A, and back to a C. Bar 3 uses an F, and then a C with the E on the top, a G with the D on the top, and then finally a C with the C on the top. Now if you were to play this straight through, it would sound like this. Now the first thing, the one thing I want to talk about with that is if we play them just straight as chords, especially with the bass, the nature of how low down the instrument is, it can sound a little bit thick, and the whole idea of doing a solo bass arrangement is you want the melody to be speaking, to be standing out. So techniques for covering that. One thing you can do is bring the melody out just slightly later, and you do this with the hand. You can see the technique, rather than just you plucking all three at the same time to produce the chord, you can do a kind of fan, and that way the melody note just speaks a little bit later, and you can put just a little bit more weight through so that it has a little bit extra volume and speaks through. And that allows it just to speak just a little bit more. The next exercise that we're going to do is using Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but this time, rather than playing the harmony on every beat with the melody, we're going to sustain the chords underneath. And this way I'll have more of a musical feel, and the melody will speak a little bit clearer. Okay, now we're going to look at changing some of the harmony. Just because a melody has a traditional harmony that you might know, you can look at those notes and decide what other chords might fit with it, and give it a bit more of an interesting harmony. The example we've got here does quite a few substitutions. So you can see the first chord is with the C, and then move into chord 3, to chord 4, and so on. It sounds like this. Another example of how you can treat the melody would be to play it with the use of harmonics, and this will lift it out of the normal register of the bass. Here's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with the key changed in order to fit with the harmonics that we have.